Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Traveler's Handbook. Today we are going to be talking about the 9th episode of Season 11 of Doctor Who, titled It Takes You Away. Spoilers ahead. Set in Norway of 2018, this episode revolves around the Doctor and her companions investigating the disappearance of a widower called Eric with the assistance of his blind daughter, Hannah. In the episode, Eric escapes to another universe called the Solitract universe. And that's what we want to talk about today, is the Solitract and the anti-zone that separates the Solitract universe and the main universe, and its relevance to kind of parallel universe time travel mechanics. So first, the Solitract. The Solitract is an entity that exists outside of the normal function of the universe. It's much like a fundamental force in that it falls in the category of mass, physics, that kind of thing. It existed before the universe, has a conscious, and can create its own universe outside of the main universe. Not much is known about the Solitract other than it cannot exist in the same place as our universe, because otherwise both would be destroyed utterly. When it creates a universe and tries to connect it to the main universe, an anti-zone is created in between them because otherwise the universes would be destroyed. We'll talk about the anti-zones in a minute. The Solitract is all-knowing and all-powerful within its universe, but as far as I am aware, it does not travel in time, and time still applies to it, in that the events that happen in there do not happen outside of the normal time frame that the universe maintains. For instance, each minute corresponds to a single minute in the real universe. So it's not like a pocket dimension per se. It's just a parallel universe that exists alongside our own universe. But everything in that universe exists to house the Solitract and for it to try to find its way into our universe, which of course isn't possible. Of course, it goes the other way as well. Things entering the Solitract universe from our universe make it unstable and drift towards total instability and collapse. This is because the things of the Solitract universe are inherently created differently from things of the main universe, and things from one universe cannot reside in the other without risking total collapse of both. This is kind of how this is different from anything else that we've seen before. Even though we have seen parallel universes before, this is something that is not made of the same universe. So it's kind of a level above a parallel universe in that it doesn't really mix well with other people going into it. So for that reason, an anti-zone is created in between, which is kind of another dimension. It's another universe that's kind of like this outside the universe sort of a thing. And it's created just in the event that a cataclysmic circumstance threatens the fabric of our primary universe. In the case of this episode, the Solitract universe is that threat, and the anti-zone functions as kind of a space that distances the real universe from the Solitract universe so they don't destroy each other. The dimension itself takes the form of a labyrinth that makes it difficult for people to go from one point to the other. And once the Solitract universe ceases to exist, so does the anti-zone. So this is an interesting idea in that if there is a parallel universe out there that doesn't really work with the main universe, there's at least a buffer in between so that things can be fixed if one universe fails and both universes aren't just permanently tied together because of that. So we've talked about parallel universes previously in the show, and this is primarily in the respect that if you create an alternate fixed event, if you change what happens, your universe will branch into a parallel universe from what was occurring before, unless you can reverse that in some way. This is a lot like paradox universes, where a paradox occurs and it kind of quarantines that universe so that it doesn't destroy the main universe. There's also the parallel universe that was used in Season 2 with the Cybermen that could have spurned off from another moment in the past, but most likely just existed as kind of a multiverse level parallel universe. And so this is just another classification of a parallel universe that isn't created by the main universe, and thus there could be a whole variety of things that aren't created by the whole by the main universe as long as they, existed before the main universe and exist outside of it. And these things never really are supposed to clash. And when they do, obviously, like in this episode, we see that catastrophic things can happen. That will be it for season 11 of Doctor Who. Next time, we're going to continue on to season 12, which is, as of recording here, the final season that has been released for Doctor Who. Look forward to seeing you then, and as always, thank you for listening.